Part of your 4.0 practice for your Algebra Geometry Unit 5 test is being able to solve systems of 3 equations. And so I put on the website an extra practice with 6 of those problems, and this video will go over 2 of them. So here is number 1. And so basically when you are doing these problems, you are trying to create something that we already know how to solve. And so these have 3 equations. We're trying to create something with 2 equations and 2 variables. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pick a variable and we're going to eliminate it from 2 different groups of equations. So I'm going to start by eliminating, I'm going to look at this first and last equation, and I'm going to eliminate z. And if you look closely, I'm sure you can figure out why I chose that. Negative z and positive z in that first and third equation. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to add those 2 together. And so we get 6x plus 3y, the z's cancel, equals negative 39. So that part's easy. Those will cancel nicely. Now I have to pick 2 different equations and eliminate the same variable. So I'm going to pick these bottom 2 equations and I'm going to eliminate z again. And so to do that, I'm going to have to multiply this bottom one by negative 3 so that it will cancel with that positive 3 I see on the z. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite that. Multiplying every single piece by negative 3. And now I have this guy right here and this guy right here that I'm going to look at. So the middle and then this new equation that I got after multiplying by negative 3. So I have 2 plus negative 12. That's going to give me negative 10x. And then I have negative 2y plus 3y. That's going to give me y. And then my z's cancel, and this is going to give me 47. Okay, so the whole reason that I did that is because now I have these 2 equations right here that form a new system. And this new system we know how to solve. It has x's and y's. There's 2 equations. We know how to solve that. And so you can either use substitution or elimination to solve this system. I personally like elimination, so I'm going to use elimination. So to use elimination, I'm going to eliminate my y's, and to do that I'm going to have to multiply this bottom equation by negative 3. So this top one stays the same. This bottom one, everything gets multiplied by negative 3. Okay, now we're ready to solve. So we can add these together. These cancel. We have 36x equals 180, actually negative 180. And so x is going to equal negative 5. So then I'm just going to plug that in right here to find my y. So 6 times negative 5 is negative 30, plus 3y equals negative 39. I'm going to add 30 to both sides. And then I'm going to divide by 3. So now I have my x and I have my y. And I'm going to take those 2 values, I'm going to plug them into one of my original equations. I'm just going to do this top equation over here, this guy right here. And so we get 2 times x, so 2 times negative 5, negative 10, plus 4 times y, so 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, minus z equals negative 19. Sorry, I'm kind of squeezing for space there. So negative 22 minus z equals negative 19. Add 22 to both sides, that equals 3. Divide by negative 1, that equals negative 3. So I'm looking at negative 5, negative 3, negative 3 as my solution. We always put those solutions as an ordered triple, and we put them in alphabetical order, so x, y, and z. And we can quickly go back and just plug those into those original equations and check them to make sure that they work. Okay, let's check out another one of these. So I'm going to, once again, choose to eliminate my z's. Elimination is the easiest method, in my opinion, to use to solve systems of 3 equations. So remember, we're going to pick a variable, we're going to eliminate it from 2 different sets. And so I'm going to start with the first and the last again, just because I see how nicely those are going to eliminate. And so that's going to give me 3x plus 2x is 5x. 5y plus negative 3y is 2y. My z's cancel, and 11 plus 2 is 13. Again, so I'm just adding that first and last equation together. Okay, now I'm going to eliminate from the top and the middle. And so in order to do that, I'm going to have to multiply this top equation by 3. That's going to give me a positive 6z. That will cancel nicely with my negative 6z. Okay, so multiply everything by 3. And that top equation. That middle one's not changing, so I'm just going to write it underneath. Just trying to be a little more organized with my work this time. And then I'm going to add these together. My z's cancel. I get 13x, 11y equals 57. I'm going to put that down here underneath my other equation. Okay, so now I'm going to solve these two equations using elimination. And so I look at this and I don't see a quick way to just eliminate one of the variables. So I'm going to multiply this top one by negative 11 and this bottom one by 2, and that will cancel out my y's. So everything gets multiplied by negative 11 on top. And everything gets multiplied by 2 on the bottom. Okay, so then we're going to add those two together. So my y's cancel. We have negative 29x equals negative 29. So x equals 1. Okay, so now we're going to take that x and we're going to plug it in. I'm just going to plug it in right here. So 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract 5 from both sides. Divide by 2. So our x equals 1, our y equals 4. And then I'm just going to plug that into my bottom equation that I started with. So 2 times x is 2. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Minus 2z equals 2. Add up our like terms. Add 10. Divide by negative 2. So we have 1, 4, negative 6. There's our ordered triple. And once again, you can plug that in and just make sure that that answer is correct. So remember, just to recap, you're going to eliminate the same variable twice from 2 different sets of equations, and then you're going to solve, this is the equations that we ended up with there, you're going to solve those just like we normally would, plug those answers back in to find your original. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye guys.